Hello fellow YouTubers, and we finally have a finale of the best Pokemon Generation battle. It's been a back and forth battle. Moments have seen Gens 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the lead. The rankings from last week are on the screen momentarily. As you can see, Gen 3 has secured the number 4 spot. Gens 5 and 6 are battling out for the final spot. Meanwhile, you have Generations 1 and 4 who are in a heated battle for the first spot. This week's topic, the remaining Pokemon. When I say remaining, I mean the ones who aren't starters, pseudo-legendaries, or just legendaries in general. Of course, I did this the only way I know how, by averaging every single remaining Pokemon together on a scale of 1 to 10. The results might surprise you. Let's find out who the winner is by jumping right in. Last place is Gen 6. I don't know if this surprises people. I don't think it should. Think about cool Gen 6 Pokemon. I'll give you a second. Okay, now you can't count Greninja, and you're pretty much left with Aegislash and Klefki. Nothing against them, but I'm not really a fan of Aegislash, and really the rest aren't too cool. I mean, obviously there are outliers like Meowstic. I love Meowstic. But then there's piles of fluff, and piles of fluff. Oh, and then they add in more piles of fluff. Gen 6 averaged 5.018 points, which is better than I expected, honestly. By the way, the overall average was 5.46. That's the average of all of the Pokemon. So it's well below average. Next place is Gen 5. Again, I'm not really surprised. I did a video like this before, and Gen 5 averaged below 5. But after I played through White, I've gained an appreciation for some of the Pokemon. Obviously, some of my favorites are Excadrill, Darmanitan, Sigilyph, the Sandile family, and a few others are pretty cool. Then you have the opposite end, with Klink, Vanillish, and others who are just really stupid designs. Anyway, Gen 5 averaged 5.069 points, which is very close to Gen 6. It's actually the closest margin I gave between games on here, so it really could have gone either way. Granted, this way means Gen 6 takes last place. For third place, I have Generation 2. It averaged 5.28 points, and it has some great Pokemon, but a lot of them are to me. Think of Unknown, Donphan, Sunkern, and then you have the opposite end of the spectrum with some of my favorites, Sneasel, Murkrow, Crobat. Generation 2 was nice, but its designs is pretty much that of a sequel. So a lot of the Pokemon are done in the style of Generation 1, but they don't really get the nostalgia factor for me, which hurts. Now, of course, we're in the top 3, and of course we have another generation with a very similar problem to Gen 2, which is, of course, Gen 4. These games averaged 5.66 repeating, a mighty high score comparatively. Cool Pokemon that are introduced: Weavile, Glade, Gliscor, Rotom, Magmortar, Lumineon is a personal favorite. Then you have the opposite side with Pokemon like Probopass, Dusknoir, and Combee. Then they only introduced 81 Pokemon, and if you ignore the ones I did, it just becomes an insanely short list. I like to say the law of averages really helps Gen 1, 3, and 5, because they're having more Pokemon balance out the sucky ones. Number 2 is Generation 1, averaging 5.731 points. There are some true classics in here: Dugtrio, Ninetales, Dugong, Golbat, Victreebel, Raticate. If you haven't noticed, it's my primary team for my Leaf Green Nuzlocke. And then you have the sucky Pokemon like Muck, Voltorb, Flareon, to be honest. I think part of it is nostalgia, which is really hard to completely ignore on this. I've played Gen 1 games enough to have developed associations with just about every Pokemon. Plus, the ideas seem fresh, ignoring the obvious exceptions. This only leaves Generation 3, which also won, surprisingly, when I included Legends, Pseudos, and Starters. It averaged 5.791 points, which is a whole 0.06 above Gen 1. Dare I say, it was close. Either way, Gen 1 wouldn't have been able to take the top spot. It really didn't affect either's rankings, because of how many weeks we've had. We have some really great Pokemon from Gen 3. Flygon, Aggron, Ninjask, Milotic, Tropius. I mean, really. And there's really not that many that are below average, really. You have to ignore Feebas, because of course you ignore Feebas. And you ignore the bug Pokemon, and you're really not left with that many Pokemon introduced that were stupid, really. Maybe it's just me. Again, I'm sure there's bias in here, but it really wouldn't make much difference at this point. Anyway, with this part concluding, it means these rankings are final. We've examined the best Pokemon games by 14 different categories, and this is what we came up with. Gen 6 in last place with 27 points. That really shouldn't surprise regular viewers, as they were at the bottom pretty much since week 2. They only held 5th place for 4 total weeks, out of 14 weeks. That's not 3rd place, not 1st place, it's 5th place. Then we have its weekly opponent, Generation 5, taking 5th place with 29 points. Which, again, doesn't shock me. Going into this, I knew Generation 5 would get the bottom of the barrel, but its story kept it from 6th place. If Gen 6's story would have been better, debatably, they might have taken 5th place. The first shocker to me was Generation 3 being in 4th place with 42 points, but when I look at it, it makes sense. The other games were really good. Then we have Generation 2 in 3rd place with 47 points. I was expecting to take 2nd place, but it fell here due to its overall lack of story. Now, for what we weren't expecting when we started this, Generation 1 takes 2nd place with 52 points. Yes, I know that Generation 1 is the quote-unquote best, but it just doesn't stand up well comparatively. And that only leaves Generation 4 with an astonishing 55 points. So, If you enjoyed the video or the series, leave me a like. Comment if you agree or disagree, or in general, know how to have an opinion. Also, which game should I do the next Nuzlocke of? Generation 2 has been selected, basically. So it's between gold, silver, or crystal. Anyway, peace out, skillets.